Space helmets, chocolate, and shoes. Let's talk about that.
These are the times of your life you always remember. These are the times of your life you wish you could see.
Hello and welcome to the first edition of the 3D Print This Talk Show. We have 4 brand new segments today, and we're going to kick it off with 3D Print the World. Cool prints, innovative printing, and I hear there's chocolate in that one, and wrapping it up with 3D Print Solution.
Did you say chocolate?
Yes, I did. Hit the intro.
So for our first segment, it's 3D Print the World. Did you know that they actually have 3D printing in space?
Wait, space? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. When SpaceX first launched, they actually had a 3D printed engine chamber. The Super Draco engine chamber is manufactured using state-of-the-art direct metal laser sintering, otherwise known as 3D printing. The Super Draco is an advanced version of the Draco engines currently used by SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft to maneuver in orbit and during re-entry.
So SpaceX has also created a 3D printed helmet.
Really? That's super cool.
The majority of the minimally designed sleek helmet has been 3D printed. It's capable of performing cooling functions, retracting the visor, and more. Elon Musk said SpaceX is pushing the boundaries of what additive manufacturing can do in the 21st century, ultimately making our vehicles more efficient, reliable, and robust than ever before. That is pretty cool. So they have 3D printing up in space. That's just so amazing how
That's
you can
amazing
see that.
technology.
Yeah.
Alright, so for our next segment, it's cool prints. So these are some prints that I printed, and we're going to show them off today. Probably wondering what this is. Looks kind of odd. So it's actually an earbuds case. You can take your earbuds, wrap them around, and they easily can be put in here for storage, safekeeping, and they're super easy to put in and super easy to flip it up, put it in your pocket, store it away.
Wow. That is actually pretty cool.
Very convenient.
And so, what is this plant doing here? Why do we have a plant?
So this is actually my aloe plant. So I designed this planter, and it actually lets the roots come down and through these holes, and there's water in the bottom, and when the plant wants a drink, it just takes a little bit, and then it's self-watering, because when you put the water in, it just takes a little bit at a time, and it just keeps taking more and more when it needs it.
Wow, so how long does something like this take to print?
Took about 5 hours total. The base took 3 hours. This other part, insert, took 2 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good. And what is this cool looking thing?
So this next thing, it uses gears to turn it. It's a 3D printed turntable. So when you spin it, it actually turns.
Wow.
All these gears it's a really cool mechanism that works, and it's just amazing how it works.
So what would you use that for?
So we would use it for 3D scanning. We would actually take a 3D object, put it on there, and scan it, and then we can 3D print it on our
pretty
printers.
cool. Wow, I like how the gears work, and that's awesome. Wow. For our next segment, we have innovative printing. Do you want to know what is one of the most innovative ways of 3D printing?
What?
It's chocolate.
Really? So they just take chocolate, any kind of chocolate, melt it down, and then 3D print it?
Yeah, so this idea was imagined by artist Ryan Foote, who combined his love for 3D technologies and traditional techniques of chocolatiers to create a range of chocolates in various shapes. By 3D printing his food molds, Ryan was able to design complex geometries and offer quite original aromas. So he could create really anything, as long as you have this special kind of chocolate, which he said it was Belgian chocolate, Belgian dark chocolate, because it has special sugars and stuff that makes it stay hard. And so he created stuff from dragons to big giant triangles that he put in front of buildings and stuff. And so yeah, he printed all this chocolate stuff. So I thought it was actually really cool to see that someone was printing food. Just crazy how you can see food.
That's amazing, because you know how you can just have a chocolate bar and use a mold like how Hershey does.
Yeah.
But you could just print anything from gold coins to anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing technology.
Chocolate printing, the way of the future. Welcome to our final segment, 3D Printing Solution, where we find problems that 3D printing fixes.
You know, Adidas, they made 4D shoes.
Wow, how does that work? Do they like 3D print them?
Yeah, it's a unique 3D printed running shoe midsole, which can be tailored to the cushioning needs of an individual's foot.
That is actually pretty cool. So what part of like the 3D printing, like where does that go in the foot and how does that help it?
It goes to the midsole and it helps like to get cushioning for everybody's foot, so it can help everybody with the cushioning needs of their foot.
Wow.
And it's amazing because instead of using like what they use on normal shoes, they can use 3D printing, which reduces the cost and makes them way better and more comfortable.
More efficient. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Good job, Adidas.
Alright, and for our next one, Icon. They actually 3D printed homes.
Wait, did you homes? How do you 3D print a house?
So they use cement in a giant 3D printer, and they actually go around and around and around, layer by layer, and 3D print homes. Icon unveiled the first homes of the world's first 3D printing community in Tabasco, Mexico. The homes will be granted to local families currently living in extreme poverty and makeshift unsafe shelters.
That's a cool story how they're bringing technology to these places that like in poverty and don't have much stuff. Wow, they're
making a big difference. Cool. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in to 3D Print This.
And don't forget to check out next week's show where we talk about pancakes, face mask, and cootie claws. See ya!